Yes, welcome all to the Precious Metal Takeover, our once-a-week program that starts from 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. If you are not silver or gold, please respectfully mute your mic. This is your host, CIC whatever, and our co-host, Redford Bear. Hi,
Hello!
Redford.
Hey, C. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's having a good day.
Amen. Yeah, thanks for having me. Can you give me a silver roll real quick, CI? Just kidding. I'll check out. But you guys have a good day. Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sorry for interrupting you. Unlike last week, Gold's Year of Metal 2. We're all golds and we're all silvers here. We're unmuted. So, yes, you guys can speak. It is a hour, 2-hour block. So what I will say is for people who are a little bit newer or don't talk as much, encourage them to speak more. Help them out. Kind of like a tag team, you know? We're all one big FE family. FE. Am I saying it right, Redford?
I'm sorry, what, fellow Flatty? What were you talking about?
Hey!
You're asking for it, Dan, aren't you?
It's family.
I just want to say to Flat Sim, if you want to be able to speak in the live stream, if you want to jump up to VC check-in, someone can verify you. Because they don't have a tag. Who else?
Or I could try to unmute him and see if he won't. Wait, hold on, actually, before I do that.
Alright, well, so anyway, what's been going on this week?
Sorry, I can't unmute you because your account is too new. So if you want to get VZ checked and go to VC check-in 1 or 2. Thank you.
Yeah. What's been going on this week? Because, I know it's, unrelated, but, the stock market has, been horrible, and that's just another reason why fiat currency is kind of trash, but, that's a discussion for another time.
I'd just like to quickly interject. I don't think we should make paper and coin currency complete trash because, if I got $100,000 stashed, it's going to be worth nothing once it's trash. So we should try to keep it part of the transaction field.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't mind
some kind of exchange.
I don't mind the conversation going to this type of thing for short periods of time, as long as it's not dominating the whole discussion.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch base on it.
Touch base on what? I missed it.
Oh, just the stock market. Dogecoin to the moon,
my stocks are doing great.
Okay,
my stocks aren't. I invested in alternative energy.
We don't want to hear about it then.
Yeah, mine are doing great. I love it.
Just kidding. Any other news how about news in the flat Earth area? In the server, anything new in the server?
What are these pictures?
Flash, it's still flat. No proof of curve or rotation or any of that crap.
Yeah.
What is that? They look like craters.
How can I see those craters?
Okay, so you tell me what they are. So these are from the rocks at the park that I'm at. These are stones. They're very, very large stones.
Are you there right
large. Now? Yeah, I'm there right now.
Oh,
now,
shit.
Now I can tell you what I pretty much know they are, but I invite anyone to guess to try to figure it out.
Is it natural?
Octopus suckers.
I've heard this. Don't give it away.
What are you looking at?
It's natural.
Some sort
we're
of
looking
fossil.
At the.
I see it.
Any way you can take a picture close up of one of them so we can see close up, if I wanted to look in on it?
Well, the photo should be pretty high resolution, so you should be able to zoom in on it if you download it.
Acid rain or something?
Don't give it away. For those of you who have seen this before, don't give it away, okay? No spoilers, please. I got
Sorry,
you.
Are you taking these on your P900?
No, I'm taking these on my LG ThinQ.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to ask him to give the pet bull a pet for me if he's still near him. I love animals, so beautiful pit bull.
Hey, Radman.
No, that's California. It's cleaning.
Did you do an introduction last week?
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, my bad.
What?
Well,
You're
what's the
kind of
answer?
hot micing. Sorry.
kind of nice to have somebody live right now taking some weird pictures for us.
I know. I like it.
So,
And there's quite a few of them too.
And you got any melted buildings?
I don't
Melted
know.
buildings.
Those rocks are actually better. So wait till you figure that out. It's wild.
I actually have a question for our silver members here, if that's fine. And I think this could spark a good discussion.
I got cloud years in my belt.
So,
What's up?
my question, and Redford can start, but my question is, what is the part about, I guess, either Effie or Globe, the Globe, that you know the least about and would like to learn more about? I think that would spark a good discussion.
Yeah, that is a good discussion topic, isn't it? I don't know. I know some things. I think it's just more tweaking, like the arguments, like we were even just talking about before, right? Because I have said buoyancy and density, and if it's just relative density, I think it's good to clarify those types of things. And like I've heard the arguments and, you know, the debating and whatnot, but I think it's just kind of getting better at it and just understanding it more. So that's why, like, I think the recommendation too from Creation Bear would be a good thing as well. And we can invite different people with their strengths and to, you know, come and help us to get better and understand things.
Try to always remember.
That was very vague. I'm sorry.
Try to remember the egg in the salt water.
Oh, yeah.
That changed the density of the water. You're not changing the buoyancy of the egg.
Yeah,
Actually-
it's all about that. So it's all about the medium. Yeah, that's a good point.
So, as much as I'm super happy that Sunny and Radwin are really confident, I if it's okay with you guys, I think we should give like a spotlight to like the silvers who don't really speak a lot on live stream. Is that okay with you guys? Oh God, boys.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sure.
Because I would actually like to hear those people speak. Because honestly, sometimes, you know, like I don't sit there and speak all the time just to fill the space in, but I usually do have a lot to say, and I don't want to take up the whole spotlight. So I'd definitely like to hear some other people, and yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. Thank you. If it's okay with her, I was going to ask Metal Mommy 1118 if she wanted to tell us like maybe her favorite part about Effie, or maybe something she would like to improve on. I just think it would be cool to hear your opinion if you would like to speak.
Yeah. I had myself muted because my son was kind of running amok, and he's 2, so he screams. No, I mean, I could use a little help with my debating skills. I mean, I'm okay with the trolls because obviously they don't know much. But when I get into the more hardcore Globers, I tend to back off a little. I'm still struggling with some things. Like, I get relative density, the gravity. I understand the dome and the ice wall and all that. It's just, I still have a little bit of trouble debating. I don't know if it's because I just get like intimidated sometimes, but I've been called feisty a lot in lobby. I got called it 3 times today. So I don't know if it's intimidation or what.
That's exactly what it is. And I'll be super quick because I don't want to be the only one speaking, obviously. But especially because I gave you the spotlight, and Radwin and Sunny were having a convo. But honestly, the best thing to do, don't make any positive claims and call out their fallacies. You call out their fallacies for the more experienced ones, easy. Just call out their fallacies. And hey, if you don't know all the fallacies, that's okay. No one else does either, for the most part. There's
Also,
so many fallacies.
Metal Mommy, I always back you up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you say something wrong, or start to think that you're saying something wrong, I usually throw in something for you.
I know.
So
I've noticed.
I'm always watching out for you guys.
Yeah, I kind of lurk in lobby sometimes. I watch how people debate just to pick up things because there's never really much going on in debate when I'm on. So I kind of go through lobby a lot and watch how people handle things because I can't always get on and type.
Yeah, I did the same thing for a long time, and only until recently, the last few weeks, I've really gotten a little, I would say, a lot more comfortable with speaking up. And you guys are, I mean, everyone's just so great up, in these rooms that, it's become second nature to be able to speak up about a situation or a topic.
I would just like to interject something real quick along those lines. Like none of us in here knows everything about everything, so I don't know about everything, and I have areas where I don't feel as confident. I would encourage everybody to ask another person. Like it's something as simple as, like, is that a logical fallacy? Like you could say, "Hey, Radwin, like, which type of fallacy is that?" Because there's people that have expertise in different areas. So, and also the other thing, and I'll leave it at this: take some notes. Like I have a notepad, and I started writing down notes for different things. And so I think it's very helpful.
I would like to add on to what Sunny said real quick. Remember how in the silver meetings I often said find your specialty, find your niche, and really refine that niche because that's what you're passionate in and cause you to join the server or stick around in the server. So now that you have established your niche, go to others. And if you notice someone else with a niche that you don't know a lot about, go over and ask them for help, and they'll educate you a lot. If you remember the fallacy meeting we had, Drace is excellent at fallacies. That's his specialty. So I asked him for help. And honestly, Drace has really helped me a lot with fallacies. In fact, I don't know if you guys have listened to my new album, totally selfless, shameless, or selfish plug. The first song on there talks about fallacies. So just for Metal Mommy, what I would suggest is for more experienced Globers, just be patient and let them make the claims. Anyway, I'm sorry for hogging the mic. I'll stop monologuing.
Here's a trick I use, Metal Mommy. I go into like an empty room and I type in like @mod and can you send somebody, or can somebody come with this info? Because sometimes I don't even have, I'm on so many systems and I can't remember everything, but I know the argument, but I don't have anything to back it up. So I'll just go, and then people will just join and take over for you. Like if you get backed in a corner, that's what I do. It's not even I'm backed in a corner. I can't answer 5 people at the same time.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm listening to y'all, but I'm trying to find my son's shoes.
That's fine.
But yeah, thank you guys, because I get a little back down sometimes, and it's not even just that. Sometimes I get off track and then I lose my train of thought because I have so much going on, and then everything just kind of slips away from me. I've got that mom brain.
Oh, yeah.
Give me 1 second, baby, and I'll find them. Here.
That's all right.
I want to know what those crazy rock pictures were.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Metal Mommy, do you like metal music? There's
yeah.
California Snoring is asking. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna reply back. I can send you links to everything, but I listen to like Amir, Whitechapel, Beartooth, anything that screams. I listen. If you haven't seen my little bio thing on my thing, where it says some people hear screaming, but I hear the meaning. That's the Metal Life thing that I have on there. It's a quote from Rob Zombie because he's like one of my idols.
All right.
You mean he's somebody you appreciate? Don't have false idols. Sorry, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
I'm not into God and all that, so to me it's fine. Like it's just, I don't have a religion, so that's why I say it.
You believe in God?
What?
You don't have to answer that.
I didn't hear you.
She wasn't really into that stuff, so.
No, I don't believe my husband's the faith person, but no, me personally, I don't.
You will.
Well, yeah, maybe we won't get into that conversation. I know
it's a touchy
subject.
Touchy subject.
Yeah, if you guys want to go down into
no, not really. It's
after
inevitable. That's all.
No, and I know, and everybody has their differences of opinions, right? So that's okay.
No difference.
All right. So, okay, Metal Mommy was telling us. Were you able to tell us the story of how you came to Flat Earth the last time, Metal Mommy? I don't think you were able to speak.
I don't think she was here either.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I was out celebrating an early Mother's Day with my mom-in-law, so I was not in here last time.
Go introduce yourself. How do you find Flat
Earth? Actually, my husband kept spewing on about the religious side of everything, so I kind of blew it off because, like I said, I'm not into that. But I started doing my own research, and actually, I sent you the link, that got me into it. That whole thing from Lockhaven, reading that kind of just turned me around.
Yeah, I was looking at that a bit. Let me post what she's talking about in chat. I need to mute. My typing's loud.
Yeah. It was just kind of interesting. And I mean, I've never really believed anything that was said by NASA. It kind of just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not into the whole like government side of things. But when he came at me with the religion side, I kind of blew everything off. That was like a go away thing for me. But I started looking into things and I started there. And then it just kept going, watching videos and looking up things. So that's kind of how I came to it.
May I ask Metal Mommy a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're not like the others, though. They're like, we can't go to Mars. Like, you're okay with it all, right?
Oh, that don't bother me. I mean...
Okay, cool.
It wasn't...
Sorry, I find a lot of my like glow believers, when they look into this, they get so upset they can't go away from here.
No, it never really occurred to me. Like, I guess it never really bothered me either way. If the Earth was flat, if the Earth was sphere, it didn't bother me. And then he kind of started making a big sense about it. And at first it was like so embarrassing because we'd go out in public and he would talk about flat Earth constantly. But now that I've kind of gotten into it, we both do it. We literally will just go out in public. We have a whiteboard at work. We wrote the Discord on it in his name, trying to get people to come and learn.
I like your husband. Give him a hug from me.
I share the Discord on TikTok. I share it when I play video games. I share it everywhere. People got to know.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah. You must have heard me talking, so you jumped in.
I just got Anthony outside, so I figured I'd hop on.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of goes around and talks about it. We have a really strong glober that's a higher up at our work, and he'll go in and he'll write on the whiteboard stuff about flat Earth, and this guy will try to debunk it, and he looks frustrated and walks away every time he does because he can't explain everything.
Sorry to interrupt for 2 seconds, but can anybody go up to VC check-in and do 2 VC verified, please?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you.
I was about to. Okay.
Well, you can still go if you want.
We
Sorry.
need silvers and golds in here. I'll go.
Thank you, Crypto. Or California. One of the California. Sorry, Metal Mom. You continue.
No, you're good. That was about it.
Well, that's awesome.
I'll
Well, that's
talk,
good.
but I don't know what
Glad you're
about.
here. Well, you can tell us, because I don't think you told us how you came to Flat Earth. Did you?
Oh, I love this story. I love this.
Yeah.
My origin story. Okay, so hi, I'm Cthulhu. I was research. I was Luffy, but now I'm back to Cthulhu. But my origin story, it was back when I was getting bigger into like First Amendment audits and understanding that you just can't trust the government. And so eventually I was like, you know what? I get critical thinkers get shot down all the time with conspiracy theories. So I was like, fuck it. Sorry, I cuss. And I joined literally like 50 to 60 conspiracy groups on Facebook. And so I'm like in like everything. And eventually I saw a video and it was about dinos and domes. And essentially it was what really killed the dinosaurs. And basically it was like pre-flood. Okay. So imagine a firmament that the flood came from. So that pre-flood firmament was there and it created really tight gas pressure. So really tight gas pressure. And there was more green, because the flood made more water, obviously. So there was more oxygen being created, tighter gas pressure, super air, which would allow for giants, giants of everything, giant people, giant dinosaurs, whatever. And then after the flood, so you lose that dome, you lose that super tight gas pressure. So all the gas expanded out to the next firmament or whatever. And then all the flood would cover up a lot of the water, taking away a lot of the green, and it made less dense, less potent air. And he was like, that's what killed the dinosaurs, was suffocation. And I was like, you know what? That's not a horrible idea. What is this, Flat Earth? I'm going to dive right in. Came out about a week and a half later. I found a YouTube video with this Discord, and I jumped right in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my origin story. Yeah. Dinos and domes. Dinos and domes.
and just to interject, like, anime couple, you guys gotta speak more. We love your stories. Please speak more, please.
I would. It's just, work and the kid, and it's just hard. When we're young parents, it's hard to find our balance. We're still looking for that balance.
Our
We
job
love you.
requires a lot of driving, though. Like, I have to drive from account to account.
The
and
wife,
it's like 9 accounts a day. It's so bad.
And I love this channel. We love you guys so much. We're so glad you guys are letting us be silvers and hang out with y'all and talk and be a part of the community. You guys are great. We're glad we're a part of this great place.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, we're glad that you're here for sure.
It has its downfalls. It kills my phone. When I'm at work, I'll come home with like no charge.
Yeah, VC destroys our phones, so that's also a reason why.
Oh, I know. It destroys my phone too. It gets like super hot too and just dies.
should get yourselves a little solar charger so you can put it in light.
That would be so awesome.
They're pretty cheap now.
Now, how long would that last though? Because we also work at night, so you'd have to charge it before you go to work. Because we work we work right before it gets dark, and then it's really dark.
Second shift.
Guess what?
I think some types of light will actually charge it too.
Go to the end of the ramp.
Okay, that's cool. I did not know that.
We'll just have to wait for
We have a bunch of...
We'll
Sorry,
just
go ahead.
a free energy device to come along. I know it's going to be any day now.
That reminds me. So, do any of you guys, and I'm going to say this as a question instead of a more direct statement, but do any of you guys know about Egyptian electricity, or at least the roots to maybe the... Yes. I want to hear your guys' opinion on that.
They had batteries, first off. The pyramids were like giant conductors next. They were advanced. A lot of people don't get that, but they were up there. They had it going down.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember looking into this a few years ago, and I was pretty shocked. And also, the way that the pyramids are built, it's based on the constellations as well, and that everything lines up. I can't remember how many years, and it's to whatever, I think it was Leo was one of them. So it was really interesting. But another thing, too, with the pyramids is you're not allowed to go underneath them, right? I believe that there's crystals and stuff there, which would be a conductor of electricity. It's really interesting. They were, way more advanced than they tell us. That's for sure.
Someone recently brought it to my attention the other day that there's actually hundreds of miles of tunnels under them. And the other thing that's interesting about the pyramids over there near the Great Pyramid on Giza is that there's no soot in the passageways.
Yeah. Are you guys familiar with Christopher Dunn's work?
Yes, excellent, man.
Yeah.
It's a machinist.
So check out Christopher Dunn. He's all about the pyramids being power stations and tells you how they did it, what they did. I mean, he goes into detail.
Also, isn't he a machinist? Doesn't he go into like the saw marks that they've determined that there were 25 to 30 foot diameter saw blades that were making some of these cuts?
Yeah, he's hired to come in and a lot of different archaeological sites to give his input.
I'm so glad you guys know about that because it's really cool stuff.
It is. It's fascinating. And even, I mean, I still need to look more into Tartaria and things like that, and just how they harness electricity back there and just the organs and everything, right? Because everything's just a vibrational frequency too. And it was supposed to help with healing. And yeah, it's really cool. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I love it. I'm really into all those guys that are covering that, especially like John Levy or Levi. It's just amazing that we never even knew Tartaria existed, and now we look at we can look at maps and see that it was there. We're not taught about it.
Sorry to interrupt. I just noticed Incred joined. Would you like to unmute and say hi? It's okay if you don't want to.
Hi.
Do you have any? I want to know, Incray, 2 questions. First of all, your opinion on like the electricity stuff we were talking about, and then B, your favorite thing about FE, and then like to talk about like specifically like space or whatever, or measurements, and then something you think you need to work on about FE. So I guess 3 things. Sorry, I'll mute now.
I missed what you were talking about. I just got on. I missed the radio conversation.
You can ask the other silvers.
What was the conversation?
Oh, so he was just asking us if we knew about electricity and the pyramids, and if anybody had an opinion on that.
Electricity in the pyramids?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen like pictures where they supposedly had outlets, like a straight up power outlet.
Ooh, I didn't even know that. That's interesting.
That was, a long time ago before Flat Earth. I was looking into that. I don't know if I could find it, but if I do, I could share it. I think there's a lot to that. Whether it's like they had their own conduit system that they were charging somehow. I think they did.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Has anybody?
I think they had something more than electricity.
Has anybody here heard of the Baghdad Battery? That it's like lemon juices and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I made one.
Oh wow!
I forget the other questions. Something. My favorite part of Flat Earth, I think.
I can't remember what exactly. Yeah, was that what you asked? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like speculation or like proof.
Sure, either one.
That and what you think you need to work on, I think you said.
Yeah, that was the
right.
third
That's the
one.
third one. Yep. Second question, my favorite thing to look into is probably ancient history. I mean, I'm fascinated with pre-flood history. I'd love to know what the old trees looked like, what the North Pole looked like. I'm off in La La Land half the time speculating. But I like free energy. Looking into that. Permaculture.
How about atmospheric electricity? Can that be used as free energy?
I can't rule it out. I'd say it's probably, yeah, I would say so. I can't prove it or disprove it.
I saw this video a few months ago, right, where this guy built a generator. He uses a copper wire. He gets his copper wire, right? He attaches it to a drone, and he uses the drone to fly up really high in the sky, right? And the higher he goes in altitude, the more electrical charge he gets in the generator. It's specifically static electricity, so it's not really strong enough to power anything, but still electricity, you know.
That's the key, is being able to do work with it. There may be lots of energy around, but you have to harness it somehow.
Yeah, of course. And that's
Put a load on it.
Generator.
Yeah. Hey, Pretty P.
All right, and something I think I could work on is logical fallacies. I want to learn them. I just started learning them.
Oh, absolutely. Would you like me to send you Drace's zip folder?
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Oh,
I would like
absolutely.
that too as well.
I'll hook you both up.
Thank you.
Me too. Just put it in a silver text.
Well, I did, you meanie. Anyway, I'll repost it.
Okay, so the King of Kings 1, you are server muted, so I don't know if somebody intentionally did that, but if you want to jump up to VC check-in to be verified, there is people up there if you want to speak in the live stream. Sorry, continue with your conversation, you guys.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Let me ping Inkray. Anyone else want the logical fallacy folder Drace made? Because we had a meeting on that April 17th.
Yeah, I'd be interested. Ryan,
I just wanted to say... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine.
Sonny has a very good suggestion in the live chat there to have a quote-unquote self-promotion segment where each one of us could speak on our own specialties.
You guys could do that right now, honestly.
Yeah.
This is like an open format. This is your guys' space. This isn't my space. This is... Oh, God, that's an old site. I was only like 5 years old when that came out. Oops. This isn't... Like, this is your guys' space.
I've been trying to learn to listen to others.
Who would like to start? I'm sorry.
I've been trying to listen to others. I find it when I talk about myself, I sound so, like, self-serving, but... And I've been all over the place. I'm like a fart in a tornado. So I have a lot of different skills and different things.
Yeah, I mean...
a bit of a jack of all trades myself, or a jack of all trades, master of none.
I'm a master of some trades. I'm a master of some. And I'm constantly learning. What I don't know, I can gain knowledge on. That's how I see myself.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Lots of DIY.
I think a lot of us here are jack of all trades, which I find really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sonny, we'll start with you then. Well, Flatman can kind of said.
Okay. I don't mind doing this. It gives me practice, you know. I'm actually, you know, it's funny, like, I may seem like I'm kind of pretty confident, like here, but there's some areas where I'm not that confident. And just to expose myself a little bit, sometimes when I try to do a VC check-in, like I feel all confident going in, just to make other people feel more comfortable. Like if they don't feel confident, I get in there with VC and I'm a one-on-one with the person, and I freeze up. It's really interesting. So anyway, I'll just state some of my specialties. Like I wrote in the text, I worked on submarine I made submarine parts in a machine shop in the Navy. So I'm familiar with submarine technology, torpedoes, machine tool technology, gyroscopes, electronics assembly, knowledge of the compartmentalization of the military industrial complex, observations over water, logical fallacies, and also I'm a musician.
That's awesome. I remember hearing your music like a year ago, and also with the submarines, that explains why your channel has specular reflection. Oh, that's so cool.
But like I said, I don't know everything. Like I don't consider myself, I'm not a genius or anything like that, you know, like I'm more of like a creative type person, a free spirit, you know, and sometimes I have trouble formulating all the different concepts because I have so many of them flying around inside of me.
Yeah, you get bored like me, so you learn everything.
Yeah, your mind's always going. If maybe we can get Felix 4 unmuted, we have somebody who's actually in here that's VC verified. We'll see if they maybe want to talk. See, I don't know if you can. Oh, Felix 4. Hi. How are you?
I'm gonna sound stupid just because I just joined and I didn't realize I was gonna get called on right away. Someone told me it's something optics for why you can't see every side of the sun, and I heard that Indio has a really good explanation for that. But if anyone else can answer that, that'd be awesome too. Just explain the optics that goes on for why we can't see different angles of the moon. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I'm not sure, and I don't think. Well, even Indio's in here. Does anybody else?
Indio's in here.
No,
I'm in here, but it's not my turn.
Oh yeah. Oh, you are in here.
it's,
Yeah, that's
precious
true
metal.
too. Yeah. Does anybody have an answer for that?
Well,
specifically
we could
for
be polite enough to.
I'll just say, let me say one thing. Go to my YouTube channel and find a video called "When Do We See a Circle as a Circle" and go watch that. That's all I can say.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. I'll do that.
So Euclid, 2,000 years ago, wrote a book called Optica or something like that, whatever it is in Greek, and he proved that, the idea that you only see a circle if you're perpendicular to the center is actually wrong. So the geometric proof and the link to the book and all that stuff is in the video.
Okay.
So that's the Professor Dave argument, and he's just a moron. So I don't know what else to say about that.
No, yeah.
And as far as intellect or intelligence goes, we're all. Some days we're a genius, other days we put the milk in the cupboard, right? Like, I can forget something upstairs when I'm sitting in my car and I got to go back upstairs to get that. But other days everything runs smooth. So don't beat up on yourself. And I think we all have the potential to be a lot brighter and smarter than we are. Instead of being forced to write with one particular hand, we should all learn to use both of our hands and write the alphabet and numbers with both hands and be open-minded. But at the same time, don't be too open-minded. You don't want to be misled. You look into things. Don't just take it, take everything at grain of salt, I guess,
Yeah, for sure.
My question to you, Felix,
flat or globe, there are people that want to, there are people that aren't your friends out there.
Someone had a question for me.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to ask the question. Also, welcome to the server. Great to have you. Thank you so much for joining. 24/7 is an awesome place. Place changed my life. Anyway, I just wanted to ask you, can you look at an object far away and tell if it's 2 or 3 dimensional?
No.
And if so, how?
I don't think you can.
So
just because you see it to look like a circle doesn't mean it's spherical or it's
I've got a great meme I'm going to share for that topic. Go ahead, I'm muting myself.
No, you can speak. I just wanted to ask that question so you guys could take it away.
Yeah,
I want to give you guys the spotlight.
I'm gonna post a meme for him. It's a really good one. I like sharing it. Kind of neither here nor there. It's just on point. There it is. Some of us have seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think it loosely relates to the moon topic. That's why I wanted to bring up that question. Because that's what we use when we talk about the planets or celestials. Because the real question is, you can't really look at the world out there and then make a conclusion based off of what we're standing on, correct? Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Like, Galileo didn't just get a telescope, look at the planets and say, we live on a spinning water space monkey ball. Yes. Makes perfect sense. No.
My next thing is there, like, I don't know if this is a thing. I see it in some, like, flat earth videos, but they always, like, they're talking as if, like, low earth orbit is a thing. Like, that there is some sort of orbit up there. And to me, that's just, like, contradicting.
Well, where are you watching these videos? Because that would depend. Like, a lot of things on YouTube and stuff are censored. So you're right. Like, if there's the Earth, or we can't get outside of. Well, I say there's a firmament. I don't know if everybody else agrees with that. So you can't get into space. That's what you're referring to, right?
Yeah. And
So
they always showed this video of like the first video on the way to the moon, where they're like blocking the window to make it look like a sphere, or like they're on their way to the moon, but they're only in low Earth orbit. So it's like, so they are in low Earth orbit? I don't understand.
Oh, I see. So it's just that video you're just questioning. Why are they saying you can get into low Earth orbit when you can't necessarily? Like, it depends on, I guess, we'd have to... Is somebody hot making here? I hear an echo.
Yes.
Okay, I think it was a golden lemur.
Too.
Okay, thanks. I think it's good now. Yeah, so I would just say it depends on what kind of video you're watching. We'd have to obviously watch it, but that would be a claim that, I mean, you can't go there, right? So
yeah. Could I speak on this topic for
please?
Yeah. So Felix, welcome to the server. My name is Sunny. I think part of the situation we have here in this whole realm or topic is that a lot of words have been hijacked by the opposing global force or global thinking people. And so what I think about is I think of them as like the sun and the moon are kind of on a circuit above us. Now, you could call that an orbit above us, but I don't like using the word orbit myself because of the hijacking of language. The word orbit kind of connotates going around a sphere in space. So that's why I don't use it, because that's what most people think of it. So I think of it myself as just like a circuit above us, because as we know, we're living on a flat plane. There is no outer space. We're in a contained system. So those luminaries are obviously, seemingly are all rotating above us. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I know that we can just speculate for why it's doing what it is, but could you say like it's something like, I don't know a whole lot about science or terms, but like, would you say it's like some type of like magnetic thing that's going on for them to be doing that up above us? Some like electrical or magnetic thing?
Yeah, you have a good point here.
I don't.
Can I tell him?
Yeah, go for it.
Have you ever seen the Go Fast rocket launch?
Maybe, but I don't know that particular one you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's an amateur rocket launch, high altitude rocket, and as this rocket is going upwards and starts spinning very, very fast. You can see
Oh,
it
it hits the
in the
dome
camera.
and it just kind of floats there.
Yeah, and it hits something and it floats for a little bit and then it falls back. Yeah. So that explains very much like there is some sort of magnetic flux phenomena going on.
Because if you think about it, if it was all just density and buoyancy, you'd think that rocket would just shoot down because the air is so thin up there.
Well, you're getting very, very close to the positive Gaussian planes, which must be on top when you think in terms of incoherent electrostatic acceleration. They teach at physics classes at MIT as for the downwards vector. So then it means that up there the ground we have it as the negative plane. It's solid, you know, and this positive plane above must be also something solid or at least liquid, you know, from where all this positive charge is coming, you know.
Yeah.
When any sort of all these elements that we have in the states, you know, solid, gaseous, liquid, and plasma, all these states of matter, we have them in between these two planes, and they have their behavior is given by these planes, you know. So when helium, for example, may be attracted to that positive kind of plane, because I have encountered flat earthers theorizing that it can be some sort of super liquid fluid like helium-4, which could be generating that kind of positive charge. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah. And, you know, if you take like metals or any other solids, you throw them, they will behave just like a magnet coming fast near a copper plate, you know. It suddenly stops, slows down, it decelerates.
That's the thing with the sun, right? Because it's fast on the outside, on the outer edge, and then it no wait, it's slow on the outer edge and speeds up towards the middle.
Yeah, you know, another if it is this kind of super fluid, then you just look, for example, at this technology where they use it to maintain liquid hydrogen. I mean, to have a liquid hydrogen tank, you need to have installed a condensation mechanism, like a cooling mechanism inside it, you know, keep it cool. Because if you put the liquid hydrogen in a tank, it will explode, you know, because it's building up energy inside it. And they have seen in some experiments, or, you know, like small tanks of liquid hydrogen, and they see tiny sparks going on inside it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any other questions, or that kind of answers? I mean, it's all kind of just speculation. We can't actually go and figure these things out for sure.
Got any Globers in here?
Well, there's somebody else in here, but I just wanted to see if he had another question before we moved on.
I probably will later on. I'm kind of out right now. Thank you, though.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so there is
my volume down here because I heard I might have been hot micing. Am I cool now if I'm unmuted?
You're fine.
Yeah, I don't think it was you anyways who's hot micing, but we're good. So we have the King of Kings 1, who is now VC verified. They were just up in the check-in. Someone can unmute them.
I got a picture of a satellite from my boat.
Yeah, we fly in low orbit. And
I like that.
What about the thermosphere?
That's one of those newfangled water satellites.
Water satellite.
Goes real high. That's probably, I don't know, 40 feet high. That's so it can bend around the whole curve of the Earth.
Ocean.
Not so high. Seas don't get in the way of the signal.
Yeah, that's cool. I guess. Sorry, what's his name? The King of Kings. He doesn't want to speak to us now. I guess not. Okay. I don't know if there's anybody else. Just let me take another quick look. Nope. There's still a couple up in the VC check-in. I guess they're hogging them up there. Oh, okay. The King of Kings 1 doesn't want to talk. They just want to listen. Well, if you have any questions, it would be good to have a conversation.
The King of Kings, you can type in a number, though. Here you go.
There you go. There. Which one do you think?
Which one do you like?
Maybe. I don't know. Is he actually listening?
Like to follow up or precede that meme with this one here. Hold on.
Excellent points. Has anyone ever seen water stick to the outside of any object?
For a brief second.
There you go.
Ice.
There it is.
Well, that's not water. That's ice.
What is it?
It's just in a different state, I guess.
No.
I know. I'm just
water.
trying to be.
It's
I know. It's not. I know.
Different state.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be like super mean.
It's like saying clouds can stick to a pole.
Yeah.
But did you know there is a kind of ice which is not floating?
Type of ice that's not floating? I believe it. What's it made of?
Ice 12. It's normal ice, but cool down at so very low negative temperature that it becomes denser than the water. Yes.
Ice baby.
I have a question. So someone mentioned clouds and poles earlier. So if the Earth is a ball, why don't I see clouds curving? Truthfully.
Yeah, they don't.
Oh, they are flat on the bottom. You're right.
I don't have my drive plugged in. I can show you my time lapse from my driveway of all the clouds rolling by, and right above They're all flat on the bottom. There's there's a big cushion of air sitting there for them to rest on. And it's flat as far as I can see.
King of Kings is asking a question about that first meme, the 1, 2, 3 choice. I'd like to answer his question. If you look closely, King of Kings, 1, the water goes with the curve, and 2, the whatever structure is curved, but the water's laying flat. And then if you notice 3, looks.
Those are continents, by the way. Continents, not a pond.
Yeah, examples. Anyways, he was asking, aren't 1 and 2 the same? And I'm saying, well, no.
So,
if you look, the water appears different in 1 and 2.
The King of Kings. So 1, 2, or 3. Those are continents.
Okay, so King of Kings. Now that you know that there's a difference, which one? Oh my gosh, I lost it. Here we go.
Which one would you choose?
Which one? Yeah, which one would you choose? Sorry, out of 1, 2, or 3. Choose wisely, Creation Bear. So I guess while he is answering, I'll just see. Oh, there's a couple people. Okay, so we have.
As he's Googling right now. Oh.
So we have Jamie Pleb, who is just VC verified. I don't know if anybody's spoken to that individual before. I can see if they want to have a conversation.
I've been here before. I just like to listen.
Oh, okay. Do you have any questions? Welcome to the Precious Metal Takeover. Do you have any questions for us?
No, thank you, but I appreciate you being welcoming.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, if you do have any questions that come up during the conversation, you can chime in or type it in the voice text and just let us know.
Absolutely. And I would like, welcome to the server. I would like to say for King of Kings, if you don't worry about making the wrong choice there. Just choose one. You can always change your mind. If you decide later that you're incorrect, then it's okay to change your mind.
Yeah, exactly. And just be honest. I mean, it doesn't matter which one you pick, right? We're just curious which one makes the most sense to you.
Here, I'll post it again, just because a lot of people have posted a lot of images. So I'll just repost it for you. Just be honest. It's okay.
And okay, Flat Sims still sitting in here, unverified. Okay. Oh, Adam's son, but they're a globe earther. I mean, if they want to speak to us, they can. If they have any questions? Otherwise, I guess we can go back to what were we on, Sunny?
If any meme makers out there want to remake that one for me, so it looks pretty and nice, they can.
Well, not to divert from the shape of the water or anything, but going back to kind of what someone was saying earlier, the question that was asked earlier, I would like to hear from some other members about. Well, I know it's all speculation. We're looking at things in the sky, but there may be some other ideas from people about like why we see the same face of the moon. And if it's too off topic, that's okay too. So.
Well, if you were looking at the face of the moon from like through a piece of something, say a dome, for instance, and it was just going around you, you would always see the same thing because it would have no reason to turn. And it would always appear to be looking the same way because it's always be coming through the glass or whatever kind of material you want to call it the same way. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah,
I don't have my little GIF of a flashlight going through a lens, but it would always apparently be the same location, distance, and move the same way.
Yeah, one thing that never made sense, them saying that it rotates only one time per revolution around, doesn't make any sense at all of a spherical body doing that. How would that stay the same face if it's spherical and it's turning? Like, how would it stay just one time? It doesn't make sense even in their model.
I want to know why the moon doesn't get pulled by the sun. If the sun is so strong to keep us, why is the moon special?
Their model
Active gravity.
Yeah, their model claims that mass attracting mass makes the moon go around the Earth instead, like the Earth goes around the sun, but we all know that's BS.
Well, if the sun is strong enough to pull the Earth around it, but the moon is... The Earth is strong enough to pull the moon, but the sun's not strong enough to pull the moon. So,
I can solve this dilemma really simply. Everything they said is bullshit. Move on.
Yeah, like
but
the sun and the moon appear to be the same size.
That's not terrestrial gravity. That's space gravity.
If the moonlight is just a reflection of the sun, or a reflection, if it's reflecting light from the sun, shouldn't the moonlight almost act like sunlight? Like, shouldn't it like be hot?
Yes. Warm light.
There would be a specular highlight.
Yeah.
There would be a specular highlight on it if it was reflected. So we know it's not reflecting. But also the other thing about the moon is that, like what Rad said, if the moon is strong enough to affect the tides, which we know they're not either, what would stop them from the water continuing to go out to the moon? They would be like lifted off.
We would see hills of water when the moon is over the ocean.
Also, the moonlight has a different polarization. It's polarized light.
Yeah, so animals that can see at night can see at night.
Yeah.
We're not quite made to see at night. We're made to hide and not be eaten at night.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, that's why we don't sleep like directly right out in the woods, naked.
Yeah. Being active in the night, it's...
Speak for yourself. Some of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true. Most of you guys do.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. We are at the halfway point, but I just want to ask nicely if just Kim would like to say hi and introduce herself, because she's a silver, and I think she should say hi and join the conversation if she wants.
Yeah.
Welcome to the room.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to be quiet or anything, by the way. I just thought it would be nice if we got one more to the combo.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
What was that?
Hello, who is... Oh, this is Adam with two M's.
We got some
Hi, welcome to the server.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Pretty good. So, what shape do you think the Earth is?
Well, flat, obviously. Well, we, my girlfriend, well, it's me. We're trying to learn. Yeah, we're
hello.
Pretty much, we met through a dating website, and we kind of both realised that we both want to learn more about the flat Earth. So here we are.
When he first mentioned it, I thought he was crazy, but then after he explained everything about it, I was like, wait, that actually makes a lot of sense. So we came here, and then this green guy explained everything, and it just made a lot of sense.
A green guy?
Yeah, he has a green profile picture.
Oh, you're talking about Wolfgang, yeah.
Oh, Wolfgang.
That's nice to hear.
Flat
Earth love story.
Oh my god.
Muscly guy.
Yeah, so we spoke to Wolfgang. He's got a few good interesting theories, like...
No theories.
Not theories, facts. It was like...
So a lot of good points.
There's more to the Earth than we know of. Like, there's you got the Earth, then, further out.
You showed us
in,
the picture of the horizon. You know when they took a picture like every 10 seconds, and then the stars went in circles or something. I don't know.
No, it's what's it called? When you get further on to Antarctica, there's like a whole other world.
Oh yeah.
Like,
that's why we're not allowed to go there.
Yeah, we're not allowed to go there because something about the government and stuff.
Yeah, there's the Antarctic
It's not
Treaty.
pretend, and we're not making that up. That is just a fact.
I mean, I'll believe it
Should
when
we all like team up and
I see it.
explore it?
Yeah. Do you wanna raid it?
Honeymoon in the Forbidden Lands.
Hey, I just want to say, please don't use the word raid. That is against Discord's terms of service. Thank you.
Alright.
Sorry to. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. Do you wanna go there?
There you go.
I'm suspecting something.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah,
too.
me too. I was gonna say use bug killer as a alternate
buggy
or something. Bug killer, bug spray.
What about Buggy?
The girl giggled it away.
Crap, I'm here, dude. What's up?
What's your name, Buggy?
Thomas the Unhappy Tank Engine.
Oh, that's yeah.
Here he is. Yeah, Buggy, we need you, bro. I heard something about bugs, and I was like, yeah, we need you.
I'm confused.
It's okay.
I'm confused too.
We got my Habibi Buggy over here.
Buggy,
talk
Don't
to
worry
us.
about it. Isn't that what you call like a push check?
Yo, check my rolls real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We can do the comp roll tag competition later.
What?
Oh wow.
Okay.
Why are you a sauce Nazi?
Well, I'm a sauce Nazi too.
Why are you a
Who are
sauce
you asking? Apparently, yeah, I'm not a big fan of sauces, so I was given the tag.
Careful, Redford. We're gonna make.
The only sauce I like.
I'm sauce Nazi.
We're gonna make crypto unmute if we.
We're gonna start a sauce war again, please. That just died down.
Oh, really? Oh, I was not aware of this. Okay. Sauces are great. Everything's great.
Yep.
I'm a bit of a sauce Nazi myself.
I'm the sauce server.
I'm a sauce commie. I think all sauces taste the same.
So, would you like to? Sorry to interrupt. I'll just ask this and unmute and let the other metals take it away. But Adam with 2 M's, would you like to explain to us maybe why you're not completely on the flat Earth side? Like, what is the number one reason you still cling on to the ball?
I've been indoctrinated my entire life that the Earth is round, so it's still pretty. Are you sniggering? Can you not snigger? Whoever's sniggering. Yeah.
Well, listen.
No, I don't think so.
I've been indoctrinated my entire life that the Earth is round, and it's just not. It's easier said than done, really. To really believe.
Sure, but what's the number one evidence? Like the most convincing thing that you're like, that can't work on flat Earth or whatever.
Probably when you tip water and it doesn't roll down.
So that's pro flat Earth. Yeah. So is there something that's keeping you on the fence as far as the globe or any proof that you think the globe has?
No, not really.
Okay.
As I said, I've been indoctrinated. I can't say the word.
Indoctrinated. Yeah. Well, we all have, right? So
it's hard to read right off the paper like that.
I'm not on fucking paper. I can't say it. Indoctrinated.
Indoctrinated. It's okay.
Sorry, I don't even know what that word means.
It means persuaded heavily, kind of.
And brainwashed into believing the narrative that they want, right? So
yeah.
So how did you? Sorry, I missed this part if you talked about it. How did you come across that the Earth was flat? And you said that Wolfgang was giving you good points. So do you care to elaborate a little more on that?
Pretty much me and my girlfriend, we went around to her granddad's house and he started discussing theories that, they sounded pretty true. And what was it? he's been taught that the Earth was flat because he was around how many?
No, at first we found it really funny because we were like, "There's no way the Earth is flat," and then as he continued explaining it, we were like, "Wait, this is actually making sense." And then we got really intrigued and stuff.
Yeah, we did a lot of research.
Is that you that keeps laughing?
Yeah, she keeps
Adam?
laughing after she
Like
reads
why
that.
do you, yeah, like do you guys think this is a no? I don't know if the guy you're with is it you guys, because I like that's
What?
numerous times that there's been laughing, like you guys are snickering at it.
Who's laughing? Who was laughing? It's making me laugh.
You, I think.
No, I just I don't know.
There's no laughing allowed.
Yeah, I just very nicely, I would just like to ask, what are 3 things that convinced you? Just 3 things. Should be simple. There's a lot of reasons.
The water levels, the outside Antarctica, the what's the word? The areas we're not allowed to go in, and the horizon.
You know the what is it? The photo that they took on the moon landing when the astronaut landed, and like in his reflection, you know,
the fake news,
the fake stuff.
Oh,
and also
yeah,
that
the
one
moon landing
picture
was
of the horizon
fake.
with the stars spinning.
I think she's talking about the reflection of the cameraman in the helmet visor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what they messed up.
The reflection wasn't a guy in a space suit.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Of course you can, mate.
Yesterday I met this guy called Abishir, and I think he's Syrian. And we were chatting yesterday on the server about our thoughts.
Nice.
And he got muted for some reason, and can someone unmute him so I can talk to him?
No, you can't. You can't say that on a live stream, mate. Shut the fuck up. That's not relevant. You message in
Hey, be nice. Be nice.
I don't. I'm new to Discord. I don't know how this works. I don't know why you're being so mean.
Sorry, mate. I completely understand your problem.
Wow, we got some moderation going on.
Message.
Yeah, okay, hold up here. Okay, who is asking the question and concern trolling for somebody that was being muted?
Gox wants Abishur unmuted because they want to have a conversation in here. So
no, not in here.
Hey.
Not in here.
Hey. I have a solution. It's a perfect solution. How about he trades his mute so you're muted for interrupting and he gets
That's
unmuted.
very funny. That's very funny.
What do you mean?
Yep. Good
yeah,
trade.
we'll do that.
Yep.
Yeah. You're up.
Funny.
Oh, you're evil. Oh, here's Abishur. He's got anime.
Would you like to be muted
thank
too?
you,
Why are
thank
you
you.
concern trolling for other people?
There you go.
He's got an anime profile picture. Like,
Is that
You
okay,
should
or is that
both
what you want me
unmute
to
them
change?
and move them to a different server. I mean, voice chat.
I just wanted to quickly clarify if anyone's wondering about Flatman Can's post. I'm shamelessly plugging my company, Funky Teas. I have free air fresheners and keychains to give out if you're in the Ottawa area. DM me.
I can't have a keychain, mate.
Okay.
Please.
I don't need a keychain.
Okay, let's get back on topic, guys.
Thank
okay.
you, Gokman. Thank you.
Okay,
Did you
so
call me?
Abishur,
Yes, ma'am.
are you okay? Like, can you calm down?
Here.
I
I'm gonna
mute
mute
myself
you.
now. I mute
Adam,
myself.
No, you're okay.
No, you're fine. We're gonna talk to you next. So just hold up a second.
Abishur.
Oh,
I had to mute Adam because he kept shouting. So if he
That's
comes
no-
back within like 5 minutes, I'll unmute him as long as he doesn't do that again. But yeah, conversation was a bit chaotic. But hi, how are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you today, this evening?
Great. I see you're a man of culture by your profile picture.
ASAP Rocky, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that Yuri?
Oh, yeah.
It's Yuri from
I love
Doki
ASAP.
Doki Literature Club.
I don't know the anime, but I know ASAP Rocky.
No, the girl in your profile pic. She's like, I think she's Yuri from Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, she is.
I'm
love
not
her?
weeb. I'm not weeb. No. I
You
know.
love her.
Yes.
Didn't she stab herself? Sorry, spoilers.
Spoilers.
I want to know if he's in love with her.
Bruh, why are we talking about anime waifus on silver? Come
I
on.
do not understand. This is intellectual call for the flat Earth society. You are talking about.
You're gonna get muted.
Flat Earth Society. No.
Hey, he's new here.
Okay, good.
Listen. I'm muting him. I'm not unmuting him. I don't appreciate it when people monologue. This is for conversation. Not for monologuing. I made one quick comment about his profile picture because I was trying to break the ice, but I didn't expect it to derail. So let's please stick to the server subject. Small talk is fine,
Sorry.
but let's just be nice. And yeah. So, what's...
Well, Adam left because he was a troll.
Yeah, obviously, duh. It's me. What is your... what are some reasons you know or are considering that the Earth is flat and stationary?
All of the stuff that green guy told me, because my boyfriend kind of dragged me along to this server. He was like, "Oh no," he was trying to convince me that the Earth was flat and stuff. So I followed him in, and like all of the stuff that the green guy said just makes so much sense, and we have no evidence that can disprove any of his theories. You know.
Okay, so what are some of the things that the green guy said to you that made a lot of sense?
Some of the things that he said was like, as I talked about before, the camera that took like a picture every 10 seconds, and it showed like if you go into the chat thingamajig with all the pictures, it showed like the time lapse. It showed like the stars like they spin around, and that would only happen if the Earth wasn't moving. You know.
Can I give a little bit of context and then I'll shut up? So Wolfgang Goyam and I talked to them earlier, and Wolfgang Goyam was telling them about stuff. So that's what she's referring to, Wolfgang Goyam and Guy. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So had you, you said that you and your boyfriend have been talking to, is it his grandfather or yours or something?
No, my grandfather.
So how long ago was that conversation?
Oh, that was like before COVID, but then ever since then we video chat quite a lot, and we've been talking quite a lot about it. And then one day we didn't talk about it much, but one day it just came up in like a conversation, and then he was like, "Do you think there's a Discord server for it?" I was like, "Yeah, there's got to be." So we decided to join one.
Okay, awesome. So do you have any questions for us?
The only really thing I questioned was the weather, but he already covered that.
I have a question.
Sure, what's up?
Yeah.
Do you know that Mount Everest thing? Like, when you stand on top of it, like, it's the highest place on Earth. And, like, you still can't see any sign of, like, a curve. Which is kind of strange.
Why is it strange?
I mean, it's supposed to curve, like, if you're that high up.
No. It's flat, so that's it.
I mean, like, if their theory is correct.
You would see that standing on a lake, so if their theory is correct.
True, but, like, even at that height, like, you still can't see a curve, so that must mean it's flat.
You would see it at the ocean because it would curve in all directions, not just away from you like a toilet paper tube. You would only see it everywhere.
Yeah, what did you say about the toilet paper tube?
When they say boats going away from you go over the curve, it's only when they go away from you. You don't see the curve left and right.
Right. So if there was a curve in the x-axis, the y-axis would also have a curved left to right.
Yeah. Okay.
And also about observations over land are a little bit different because you have undulations, you have things that are happening with land, such as mountains in the Himalayas, where it could be deceiving as far as like it could look tilted a little bit. You know what I mean? So observations over water is going to be the best bet because water is a horizontal plane. The horizon is horizontal level.
Yeah, I understand.
I also want to ask,
Is anybody hearing me?
Yes,
You're roboting.
Dang it. How do you know that's the highest point on Earth anyway?
Doesn't even matter.
I mean, like it's one of the highest. So, like, you know, why do they want us to believe it's a globe?
So you can still want to go to Mars. Remember, you want to go to Mars? I know back when the moon. Back when the
not
moon,
a lot of people want
moon landings happened. This was put out in 1969.
But let's say
1978, we're going to have
a lot of people
colonies
don't want to
on
go to
the
Mars.
moon. Keep people looking to space and keep your minds occupied on something else.
That's true. Yeah. But is there any other reason?
Yeah, they're siphoning money from everybody.
Like NASA.
So look at what NASA's doing now. NASA says germs are flying through the air and killing people. Well, we better spray ourselves down with some green foam, and that'll protect everybody.
Mental.
But it's about control.
Was he roboting for you?
Yeah, I was
I thought
just
it
going
was
back.
me.
I was going to say, is somebody roboting?
Yeah,
I thought it was me.
Roboting real bad. I thought it was my end, but it's not.
I have a question.
Okay.
The whole point is to like keep us in a mental holding pattern. They tell us about the past, and they're going to lead us into the future, keeping us right in the middle wherever they want us.
Only 5 years ago, we were doing this, and look at us now. What? We got smaller screens or bigger screens? I forget which size is cool now. Bigger screens or smaller screens?
4K.
8K.
14K.
Okay, so where was the car? Who were we talking?
Well, we were on the moon with colonies.
Oh, we were on the moon with. Oh wow! I just stepped away for like
Colonies in
2 minutes. And you
1978.
guys are
And Mars.
Mars has been announced 2051. Man on Mars. 2051. That's not too far away now.
I can't wait.
What's with all these other planets? Are they also flat, or?
No, that would be like looking at your light bulb on the ceiling.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Like a light bulb. Or the floor is a sphere.
What other planets?
I mean,
How do you know? Sorry.
Like Mars and Saturn, Jupiter.
Well, how do you know
Pluto.
that it's what they tell you? Aren't they just lights in the sky? Because that's all we can see. How do you
When I
know
look
it's
at
what
those-
they tell you?
When I look at the lights, I can't tell you how far away it is, how big it is. I can tell you that it twinkles.
I have a Nikon P1000 camera, and I zoom in on them, and there are nothing but lights glittering in the sky. And also, hello everybody, this is Battlehead.
What about the moon?
I zoomed in on the moon. You can see the craters, supposedly, right? It looks rocky. I zoom in on the moon. I can see the craters, the dark spots, the light spots, and also I can see lights coming out of the craters.
But
I have
they
a picture like
change.
that too.
Like they change, so it must mean it's rotating, or no?
Rotating?
I mean, like, do you know, like each time you look at it at a different point in time, it changes.
It always looks the same.
It doesn't change. If you go to different places on the flat Earth, it actually looks like it's rotated. But if you're in the same place, it stays the same.
Okay.
Could it be a disc also faced us?
It could be a bowl for all we know.
Yeah, like we can just make observations. We see that there are luminaries up in the sky. We can't go there and, actually see what they are. So we can just observe from
I know
here
that the
what we
moon, I know for
see.
sure the moon lights up the night sky and the surroundings, so I can walk around at night. If there's no moon out at night at all, it's pretty dark outside. If you don't have any lights around you, the only thing you have are stars above lighting it up. And That works too, believe it or not. That's ambient light.
It gives off its own light.
Man, the government is really scummy.
Yes, you're right.
Yep, that is true.
Sun lights up the day.
Why do you even pay taxes to them?
You're on to something there,
Go to
bro.
jail.
I mean, they're a corporation, right? So it's
We should probably stand up at one point.
somebody's roboting again. I think it's Fuzzy Swan. You're roboting.
You will go to jail if you don't pay your taxes.
No, that's not true.
necessarily.
I haven't paid taxes in probably 15 years.
But don't get caught.
How? How did you commit?
At least 10 or
Well,
10, 12.
let's keep it to the topic of flat Earth for
Yeah,
right now.
true. Yeah.
I mean, it is like I'm interested in that as well, but we do have to stick to the topic.
But doesn't it tie in? Our tax dollars go to NASA to lie to us.
Yeah, we just pay them.
Well, yeah, that does, but not how to stop. Like,
Okay,
get
that's
around
enough.
not paying taxes. Like, okay,
All
so
right,
let's get
yeah.
back to the flat Earth. Okay. So,
Wait a minute,
Mr.
y'all are saying the Earth is flat? For real?
For reals, Dave. For reals.
Okay. I'll shut up.
I wouldn't even call it a world. I just would say where we live is an infinite plane. And it's flat.
Can
We
I?
don't-
Can I ask something?
Yes,
I wouldn't make
of course.
I wouldn't make the infinite claim because you can't verify it.
Nope.
One thing I'm uncertain about is, do you know the edges?
There's
What
no
edge?
edge. Read
Oh,
welcome.
sorry. Well, do you know the outer?
Yeah,
region?
the shoreline, the shorelines. Those are the edges. The shoreline.
No, but let's say you go out into sea.
Okay.
You keep going.
You're gonna, yeah.
So, what do we experience?
Water,
Well,
sunrise,
infinite
sunset, moons going over. You see stars at night. A lot of waves. Probably seasickness.
But let's say you keep going forever. Do you just keep going?
You go forever.
Apparently, you're going to run into some ice situation.
Yeah, so you probably won't even get that far. You'll be so cold. You'll be like, I'm going to turn the other way.
What if we have a plane?
You'll hit the fuel up at. Where are you going to fuel up at?
That's true. What if? Actually,
What if?
yeah, yeah. What if, sir, a bit?
What if? What?
No, I don't. It doesn't matter because you can't keep on going forever. Like in a boat.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
No, forever does not exist in reality.
It does not. Gas pressure
Prove it.
requires a container.
Prove it.
Gas pressure requires a container.
Yeah. There you go.
But even if it's really, really big, it does not go on forever. because
Even the
there is gas
vacuum of
pressure.
space, a vacuum requires a container. How do you like that?
What about Omniverse? Containers within containers.
Okay, so we're back to Earth. We're going to stay here where we belong, not in imaginary space.
Yeah, it has to be verifiable. So, can you verify multiple containers? No.
Now we know for sure 14.7 psi at sea level is the antecedent of a container because the antecedent of a container is air pressure.
Learn something every day, don't we?
Yeah, if you
It doesn't
talk to the
change
right
either. It
people.
doesn't go down to like 10 or 2 one day or up to 50. It doesn't change because the sun got closer or things are happening in the universe. Stays pretty much relatively the same. Changes a
You guys
little bit.
realize-
That's how you know when a storm is coming.
You guys realize at one point we'll have the majority of people believing, like, actually getting the truth, like that. That.
Say that? I didn't really understand that. Did anybody
No,
else
like
understand that?
at this point, it's like not many people have been like enlightened. Do you get me? Like a lot of people will think you're crazy if you say the
Well,
fact that
yeah.
it's flat. But at one point, we'll have the
Well,
majority,
they haven't. Well, yeah, and they haven't really looked into it themselves, right? And
and then that'll be the downfall of.
indoctrination.
the government.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Well, that's good. So we've heard recently that there's a group of about 6 million flat earthers in Mexico recently, from someone that travels and lives down there. And also there's word, I don't know, I can't prove this, but in Brazil, I've heard there's something like 11 million flat earthers.
60% is what I heard as far as the ratio goes for Brazil.
60 million? Wait, what did you say?
60%.
60%. We need to move there.
No, it's roughly 30% right now for everybody.
Didn't they use the flat Earth model in thousands of years ago?
They did, but then I don't think the government was happy with that.
Well, that's funny because NASA uses the Saros cycles for eclipse predictions, and that was created by flat earthers called Chaldeans.
Wait. What model?
What model? Well, I'm not talking about a model.
Someone said flat Earth model. What model? Sorry.
Yeah, we don't have a model, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Someone, I don't know who, but someone said flat Earth model.
I can't remember if it was Dr. Flat or Battlehead, maybe.
Yeah. Because this is just observation. What you see, what you feel, which we don't feel motion. That's what this is. Sorry, I just had to clarify that. You guys can continue.
I have a question.
Okay.
So we all know the Earth is flat. How has that changed your life?
Where are we gonna go?
I hate the government.
I don't see any more lies. Everything's bullshit because you can see right through it now.
This
So
COVID
how do we
thing,
how do we get 6 billion more people to feel the way we do?
Well, I mean, we can't force people to do this. They have to come up, across it themselves. This is not the whole
Yeah,
point
true.
of me
I don't care.
convincing other people. That's not my job. If somebody wants to have a conversation about it, I'd be more than happy to. But I'm kind of past the point where I feel like I have to wake everybody up because some people they don't want to, right? They prefer to live in their little cognitive dissonance world and watch the news and believe everything they've been told. So I don't think that's our job to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so for us to spread the information, is there like
Show
a...
you the door.
I'd like to chime in on that. It's not our job to convince anybody. Not only is it not our job, it is literally impossible for one person to change another person's mind. They have to do that themselves. It has to be internal. All we can do is plant a seed.
I would disagree with you. I disagree with you on that statement.
No.
Okay, well, let him
you're
finish his
wrong.
statement, and then you can disagree away.
So all we can do is plant seeds. If that seed is cultivated, then they may get to a point where they'll change their mind. You don't have the power to change someone's mind.
Can I counter that?
Yeah, as long as he's done, go for it.
I would just say that one person like Gandhi or Martin Luther King can change millions of people's minds and lives.
That's
so you can't say that one person.
Television.
And look at what happened to them. And look what happened to both of them.
Media is false.
So I accept the
And that's the
counter.
thing. When you ask what changed your life,
I want to recounter your counter. So did he change people's minds or did he plant the seed?
He planted the idea.
Yeah.
The ideal was always
he
there.
showed other people a different way. Be the light for others to see, right? Lead by example. That's what they did. They didn't convince anybody. They just did their own deal. And
We should do that.
both of them got killed for it.
We can always march on Area 51.
But here's the
That's true. Get the evidence.
But also, when you say how did our life change? I haven't voted ever since. I mean, I was starting to not vote prior to it, but now I'm really not. When I don't pay for cable anymore, or I've never paid for cable, but I've never even want to.
True.
There's lots of things that change once you realize that you're being lied to on a massive scale. History books are now different. I never watch the History Channel anymore. There's all kinds of different stuff that just changes because you're like, well, this is just nonsense.
Yeah, remember when they say
you
history
would
is written
become
by
very
the winners?
skeptical. Yeah, history is always written by the victors, and I think that that's part of it too. You become very skeptical about all of the information that's out there, and you can, once you distance yourself from media as well, you can kind of pick out the way that they trick us. It's easier to see versus being really, in it every day and paying attention.
Yeah, and I think on a positive note, I agree with that last statement as well. But on a positive note, when I realized that the earth is flat, like I had a belief in a higher power to begin with, but I became closer with this creator, this concept in myself of a creator. And it helped me to realize more things about myself, that I was a lot more important than I ever gave myself credit for, that I realized that I was valuable as a human being, that I had value, inherent value. And that also that led me to this idea that everyone else has value too.
That's a really good point, Sonny.
That's a fantastic point. And then also to not live in fear anymore about everything. Living in a constant state of fear is what we all used to do. And now once we realize there's not a whole lot more to be afraid of anymore. And Sonny, that was great. I'm in exactly the same boat.
Exactly. I can't even relate to people because of it, because I don't even know what you're talking about as far as things go. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. And I think that that's a really good point, Sonny, because that's kind of what a lot of, society and, the system does to us, is that you're this insignificant little speck in this vast universe.
That's what the government has made us into.
Yeah, and it's the complete opposite, just to see how powerful we are in our minds and just to come together collectively as well. I think that's very important. Everybody's important, and that's a good point.
True. Yeah. This is a great conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah. And while I don't think religion is necessarily always a good topic here, but I like it here because it's non-specific and it's peaceful. So, one thing I would like to add is, and maybe this can be like something we add for maybe next week on Precious Metal, but honestly, something I would personally like to see is a rekindle in like maybe talking about philosophy, maybe not in live stream all the time, but just for some concepts. Like I think a discussion about Pascal's wager would be really interesting because it relates to what you guys are talking about. I even made a diagram for it, so maybe like if we could like rekindle like philosophy voice chat or something at some point, that'd be really awesome.
That'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be really awesome.
Yeah,
sorry. You guys can continue. Unless you want me to describe Pascal's wager, but
I've never heard of it. Unless anybody has any other specific questions.
No objections. No.
Yeah, I would like to hear it.
I object.
You're outnumbered, Radwin. I'm sorry.
Well, so this is a drawing I made a while ago. I actually posted a lot of stuff in philosophy thing, but it was accidentally deleted and then recreated. But, which is fine. I posted a lot of stuff about Hegel, and unfortunately those resources are lost. But Pascal's wager. So here's a diagram I made. Sorry for my horrible handwriting and childish coloring. I'm a pretty childish person, but that's okay. That's who I am. So, Pascal's wager is very simple, and I'm going to keep this quick, so you don't have to agree with it. I'm just going to explain the concept. So, take a look at livestream voice text and look at the image I just posted. Let's say there's belief on the top and reality on the left. It's a matrix. So, if the belief is God and the reality is God, it's positive infinity, because you became a better person and you're in heaven, eternity, in heaven, good treatment, you did the right thing, everyone becomes better, etc. If the belief is no God, but there is God in reality, then that's very bad. You go to hell, eternal damnation, horrible. You don't want that. Eternal suffering.
No one wants that.
Exactly. So let's say the belief is God, and the reality is that there's no God. Well, there's no real loss because you followed the 10 Commandments or whatever religion you subscribe to. You followed those values. You became a good Samaritan. You became a better person. This is what Pascal said, Blaise Pascal. Very smart guy. I think his IQ is almost like 200. So let's say there's no God in belief, and the reality is no God. Well, there's no reward. You want a pointless argument. Whoop-de-doo. Cool. Now, here's another thing. There's someone named Nietzsche. Nietzsche flipped this on its head. He said the belief in a God and the reality is God. Or no, he said if the reality is no God and the belief is no God, he said there was no real loss there because, nothing happens. He also said that if they're like Nietzsche basically flipped this on its head, but I think my bias is showing, so because I know a lot more about one than the other, but philosophy is really interesting. Yeah, you'd have to create a God if
there's
there was
a little thing going on with that belief no God but is God. So somewhere I just heard recently that saying people like in Africa that would not believe in that, they would, quote, get a pass as long as they were always like a good person. So that's where I don't think you necessarily go to hell.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's why I said I wanted to keep this brief, because I don't want to directly bring religion into this. I just want to talk about the philosophical aspect. But
me too. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Look at it like people who smash bugs that don't know any different.
Well, I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring this back if that's fine.
Can I say something?
If I can just add this point there, I mean, I'm sure the Africans actually relate to the Creator in some way or another. They do. We all do.
Right, exactly. But they don't have to go by like what the Bible says thing is what I'm saying.
No, exactly. It's exactly that. Yeah. Thank you very much. Please carry on. Very nice conversation you guys are having.
Yeah, and I just want to bring this back so we don't have arguments. But yeah, and one thing Nietzsche said that I liked is he said that. So I disagree with him, but I don't think he was evil or anything, because Nietzsche said God is beautiful even if man created it, which I disagree with the fact that man created God, but I think it's nice that that there's at least some common ground that God is beautiful, like a good type of thing. Like it is important culturally, regardless of But anyway. The reason I brought this up is because this server helps us realize other things. FE is just the door. We learned so much more because of this server. This server brought my confidence back at a moment in time when my confidence and social circle were destroyed. This server has given me so much, and I'm sure every other silver, every other gold, every other mod and admin in this room can say the same thing. The server means a lot to us. So, sorry about that. I just wanted to tie it back to FE.
Oh, no, thanks, CI. That was really good. I appreciate that. And yes, it has done very positive things in my life.
FE is the ground floor of uncovering all the deception.
Yes, it's the key to opening the door to all the other deceptions. It's better than a university, for God's sake. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I just want to tell Do if he wants to go get VC verified to be able to speak in here, please go up to the check-in. I think the other guy left. Sorry, continue. Or Minotaur too, if you want to be able to speak, please go up to the VC check-in.
And also, I just want to chime in about a key to the key to the door of all the other deceptions. But more personal note, a key to our own self-discovery and a discovery of who we are and who others are, and what role we play and how that relates to each other.
Absolutely, because when you stop worrying about the narrative and the fantasy that they paint for us to live in, and you start to connect with yourself and the earth, because remember this here, you were born out of your mother's womb, and as you got older, that question must have crossed your mind. What was the meaning of my life? How did this earth come? You can spend more time trying to work that out. That is a great endeavor, sorry. And, you begin to understand that you will eventually come to the understanding that this earth is so precious. I must do my level best not to destroy it in any way as I can. That means right down to the products that I use on my body. If it's man-made, it's chemicals, it's going to cause a problem for Earth to clean up. I don't want it. That's how I live.
Yeah.
I search for biodegradable products. I've got to try and do my best in this world, which is totally wrecked at the moment. The system has wrecked it. As you said, as you guys were saying earlier, we've all been indoctrinated. Yes, and that's very true. But now that you're outside looking in, you can laugh at the media, because that's what you were talking about earlier. You laugh at the news, and you laugh at those people when you try to explain to them that everything is not what it seems. And you listen to their response. I just laugh now. Laugh at them in the face. Because they're the ones. They call me a retard, but they're the retards, really.
Well, what CI was saying before about atheism and whatnot, I'm just going to quickly say something on it. In the gambling world, it's known as a negative free roll, and it's one of the worst bets you could ever place. So your position as an atheist is a negative free roll, where you win nothing when you're right and you lose everything when you're wrong. And that was it. So it's a gamble. It's a terrible position to have because you can't gain anything from it, And if you was a gambler, you'd never take that bet. And I'm a gambler.
Mm-hmm. Golden Lemur, are you trying to say something? You're lighting up, but I don't hear anything coming through your mic.
Oh no, I was just interested in the conversation. I thought I might say something, and so I was just listening in. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's this whole thing about faith or I think one of the benefits of flat earth is what it does is it removes this idea that we have to constantly look to an authority to tell us what to think or how to behave, and it places the responsibility on the individual to unravel this puzzle that is life, and that's one of the things I know I've appreciated most about flat earth is I see my own responsibility because throughout my life, and I'm sure the same is true for most, if not all of you, we've had people telling us, in these structures, here's what you should think, here's how you should behave, you should play the game in these particular ways. And that appeal to authority seems to me to be kind of the opposite of how we're supposed to live. We're supposed to treat life as a place where we explore and we figure things out. It's a great puzzle. And not to mention that we get to the bottom of what is really true about where we live.
Yeah, it's very important. I don't know. That's kind of where I think I keep going with this. I feel like it's something that's never going to end, right? I just have this desire to keep learning about this realm or whatever you want to call it that we live in. And I just feel like it's just, flat earth and coming to that realization is just part of it. It just keeps going. And then, you get closer to the creator, all of that. But,
Yeah. Everything that the guy just said there was excellent. You're supposed to have attained this at this point, and you've got to be like this if you want to be in the in crowd. Well, a friend of mine back in the early 90s, his son at the age of 18 became a father. Okay. Now he became a granddad, and he was the youngest granddad in the group at around 29 or 28 or something. And then he was kind of like depressed about that. Okay. And then a few weeks later, talking to him on the phone, he was still depressed. So I said to him, look, man, you're measuring yourself with a system. And this is, I wasn't a flat earther back then. I knew the moon. I didn't even know the moon landings were a hoax back then. Okay, but I said to him this: you are measuring yourself by a system that's devaluing us. You are lucky. You are going to be a great granddad. That is a title, man. You're on your way to being a great grandfather. The fact that you've got your grandchildren already coming now, that's a good thing in nature's laws, in nature. So don't measure yourself by a system that is devaluing you, because that's what that system is doing. Not putting any value in us. It's devaluation, and it has to go. I yield the floor. Please go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, that was very good. It's good when we can all come together and talk about these things. Just a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can keep the conversation going. I was just checking to see if there's anybody else in here that's new, but we're still good.
Yeah, sometimes I get very deep in that, and I draw from my memories. Yeah, so now that I know that the earth is flat now, 6 years in, yeah, great. I can go anywhere and talk about this topic matter, no problem at all. It's the number one. My wife and my mother-in-law, they, their eyes go up because they know I'm going to be on that flat earth thing, when we go out. So, yeah.
That's true.
Well, and and I kind of, sorry, you can continue.
No, carry on.
Well, I think that's kind of where I struggle a little bit too, right? Because I want to talk about it with people, but it's finding that balance. I don't want to bombard people with things that they just don't want to talk about. But yeah, it's just kind of a struggle in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
The only struggle. Yeah, go ahead, dude.
No, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying the only struggle I find with people is that they don't care. But when I talk to them, they tell me, well, why do I care what the shape of the earth is? It's just earth, right? They don't give any importance to it, right? But how I see it is we were made from earth, we were born on earth, and when we die, we go back to earth, Our existence is tied to this place that we live in or live on. And if we don't understand what we live on, how are we going to understand ourselves, right? So there's a more deep connection to the earth that we have that we don't understand, and people are limiting their knowledge by not understanding the reality around them.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's honestly so beautiful.
I totally agree with that, and this is one of the things I think a lot of people, I know I've tried to articulate this over the last year, but I think a lot of people don't understand how deep what you just said goes. If you don't understand where you live, you miss out on what you are. We don't even know what we are. We have all these stories told to us as kids in school, and we hear from our families and all the rest. And when you understand what you are, it's as if I feel in some ways that I finally feel like I've come home for the first time. I get it. I still feel that disconnection that we all feel, but at the same time, I feel like you can be more grounded because what where you live.
Yeah. Yes. Because like I said earlier, there are a number of things you can totally disregard now. Astrophysicists, theoretical physicists, astronomy. These things don't mean diddly to me now. Asteroids coming to hit the earth, that's never going to happen. So yeah, of course, something more powerful than I created this earth. Let me connect with that as best I can, and that trumps any reality show out there or any media nonsense. It does, doesn't it? Doesn't matter, even a game that you play. At the end of the day, when you're actually being at one in harmony with Earth, you are truly alive. And I often say to people, you don't know you're alive yet. You don't even know you are living. You're not connected yet. Yeah.
I just want to say that this conversation is so So important, so beautiful. Thank you, Jin, CBR, Buggy, Golden Lemur, even Redford for your contributions for this. Like this is the perfect answer to people are like, why would they lie? Seriously, someone should clip this and put this in Why Would They Lie? Because this is perfect. This is so well articulated. This is so important. This is answering their question. We won't ever have to answer the question again. We can always just answer with this. This is where we exist. This is where we live. This is the meaning to life. This is how we were created. Why would they lie? They're hiding it. They want to mislead us. They want to give us in the wrong direction. They want to hide the creator. They want to profit off of this deception. Sorry, I'm passionate.
No, that's great.
It's very true, yeah.
The passion you're exuberating, right? You'll never see a politician anywhere in the world be as passionate as you're being now. You're never going to see it. They're going to promise you this. They're going to promise you that. It ain't coming. They're not delivering it. If they're saying to you, wear that nappy on your face, then you know you can't trust them. Period. That's it. And you shouldn't even be considering going to the booth box and putting your X or your marker for your own destruction, because that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. No flat earther should even be thinking of voting. That shouldn't be on your agenda anymore. Shouldn't be. Should not be. I've never done it.
Yeah.
So
I also love, the other day I was thinking of the response to Why Would They Lie? To just say it back, to say it back to them. Like, you're asking me why would they lie? Just so I understand what you're saying. You're asking why a government that's admitted to lying to its people, that have a vested interest in how you think, vote, and spend your money, you're asking why they would lie? Huh. That's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
I just want to add on to what Fuzzy Swan just said, and it is a quote from our current president, the 46th president of the United States. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want Helio's thing to get demonetized. We the people means we the government. Yes, they actually said that. We the people means we the government. You should be scared hearing that. That should send shivers down your spine.
Wow.
Marking that X, as Jin CBR said, consents.
Right. No, exactly. But here's the thing. What they're going to say is we the people, meaning the government is representative of the people. So we're just the government. We're one of you guys, man. We're all in this together. That's what that means. That's what they're trying to tell us. Or that's how they'll spin it.
It's circular reasoning in a way.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're roboting, so I'm not trying to interrupt you. It's circular reasoning in a way, because it's the people are represented by the government, and because the government represents the people, therefore the government is the people. And because the government is the people are the government. It's circular in a,
Yeah, it's just another level of, as I was saying, just the brainwashing technique, right? We're all in this together.
Yeah.
Everything. It's just crazy. It's really...
I keep us on the hamster wheel. We're going to have a new song come out. I feel it. We're all in this together. And the Canadians are going to start singing.
Oh, they've been doing that war cry for a long time.
We are the government. We are one in this together. Yeah.
One world, one government.
And it is circular. So much of it is circular, and that just keeps us in a rat race of just spiraling, right? We're just endlessly looping. That's the point.
Well, and yeah, part of it is just to keep you busy, keep you in that mindset, always doing something so you don't question the things. It's irritating, I think, when they're like, well, why would this change my life? But it's just become so routine with them. Everybody thinks that we live on this, or most people think, right, besides us, think that we live on this spinning ball through space, and they just, well, you're insignificant anyway, so what does it really matter? They don't believe in a creator. They don't believe in God. So, yeah, empty lives.
So I literally just wrote these lyrics in like 20 seconds. Like the moment you guys wrote this is how fast I type. Listen here, this is a new world order. One world and governance makes us all hoarders. Feed us food and fluoride, make our lifespan shorter. Make us all distracted at the crisis at the border. I literally just wrote that.
Nice.
Man, big man spitting heat.
Floosh. Well, anyway, so it is 3:00, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for this amazing precious metal takeover. Even though we had a little bit less attendance than last week, that's okay. We had so much participation. We had multiple voices speaking. This was awesome. We debated a little bit. We had a few trolls, but you know what? That's okay. It's good practice. I want you guys to keep being confident. Keep showing up every Saturday. You guys are great. Talk about your specialty. Talk to other people who have a different specialty. Come on, guys. We can make a difference. You guys are the core of the server. Remember that. You guys are awesome. You guys are special. You guys are loved. We love all of you. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing podcast premiere thing. And yeah, so that's the end of the Precious Metal Takeover, hosted by me and co-hosted by Redford Bear. Everyone can now unmute and talk, mods and whatnot, admins. So thank you guys so much. It was beautiful.
And I would like to say that anybody with children out there that love Mickey Mouse and they have this cup, this is what their kids see when they're drinking out of it.
I wanted to say thank you, C, for confirming what my mom's told me all my life. I am special.
Oh.
Oh, you are.